Coming to you today from the St. Bernard Indoor Shooting Range, it's trigger time.
Hi, I'm Brannon LeBouef with NOLATAC Firearms Training. After the actual handgun you decide on, and then the holster belt combination, the third leg of that triangle for your carry system is going to be the ammunition you decide to feed that gun. If you look at your gun kind of like you look at your car, the ammunition is to your gun what the gasoline and fuel is to your car. Without fuel in your car, you're not going to get where you need to go, and without the ammunition in your gun, you're not going to get back home when you need to get back home. There are a lot of ammunition choices out there from various manufacturers, but let's kind of look at the broad spectrum of it. On one end, you're going to have your range ammunition, which is specifically designed to go to the range and punch holes in paper, period. We're not looking for anything special from it other than it to hopefully travel in a straight line. On the other far end of that is going to be your carry ammunition or your defensive or duty ammunition. It's that ammunition that you load in your magazine with the specific intent of one day possibly having to save your life. So we are looking for a very specific ballistic effect on the target with that ammunition. You can get caught up really deep into the minutia of ballistics and the science of ballistics. It truly is a science and probably a little bit of art as well. But again, we're going to look at kind of the broad spectrum. When picking that ammunition, as with any other tool, in order to know what we want, we have to figure out what we need. And we have to ask ourselves the question, what do we want it to do? So let's look at some of the options available to us in ammunition choices from PNW Arms. Again, starting at the range end is going to be their range ammunition. Nothing really special about it other than it goes in a straight line like it's supposed to. It's going to be a lower velocity ammunition than your typical carry ammo, but it's going to do what you need to do to put holes in paper to get that feedback to correct your techniques and manipulations. As we move up, which is not shown here, between the range ammo and the carry ammo is going to be what they call their defensive trainer. What's cool about that is that it has the projectile of the range ammo, but it's loaded to the specs of the defensive ammo. So you're getting all of the same shooter impulses, you're getting all the same recoil impulses rather, that you would get from a full load carry ammo with the lower cost of the projectile from the range. So it's kind of that middle of the road. A lot of departments specifically will train with range ammo because it's cheaper and then issue their officers the carry ammo, the expensive ammo. The problem with that is besides them not being used to firing those plus P or plus P plus rounds, the point of aim, point of impact on those rounds is going to be different because they're traveling at different velocities. So you can train with almost the same thing at a little bit less of the cost. Then it's going to be their defensive ammo. And again, this is going to be a typical jacketed hollow point designed specifically for defensive carry to expand into a target and hopefully stop that machine from hurting you as quickly as possible. Then they have a new product, which is going to be their Tac-Ops round. What's cool about the Tac-Ops is that it's a solid copper round. Also, it's loaded in such a way that you get full expansion of this copper hollow point at normal pressures. So you're not having to jump up to a plus P or a plus P plus load and take on that additional recoil to get the full expansion that you would get from a typical defensive load. Also, being full copper, there's no lead involved. So if you have an indoor range or even an outdoor range that has some type of lead restriction, you're good to go. It's going to be safe. Lastly is going to be a technology that they call cold tracer. Now, if you're familiar with tracers, they basically create a line as they burn down range and show you where your round's going. You can literally see it. It's visible. The problem with that is there's a couple of drawbacks. One, as you shoot it and see it, the guy that you're shooting at can see it as well. So it's to a certain degree giving away your position, if you will. Also, the way it works is exo-thermic, meaning it creates heat. So as it hits certain areas, there's a potential for fire. If you're shooting an industrial area or if you're, for whatever reason shooting tracers into a meth lab, it could happen. You have that fire, and that fire could lead to unintended consequences. So you're getting the cold component of that. Also, what's unique about the cold tracer is as the bullet flies to you, you can't see it. You're not seeing it as you would a typical military tracer. However, the shooter standing directly behind it can fully see the tracer, the cold tracer technology behind them. And it's going to work in low light, dusk environments, all the way into obviously complete darkness as well as indoor. These are just some of the options available to you from PNW Arms. I suggest you check out their website and give them a call if you have any questions. As always, be vigilant, be prepared, be safe.